Welcome to Hartfelt Beer Reviews. My name is Kyle Hart, and you are here with yet another review. Today, this is a special release. I assume it's limited. I am not entirely sure if this is going to be a new norm for Anheuser InBev, but this is their Bud Light Lemon Tea. And it says, just on the label, it says Bud Light Lemon Tea, lager brewed with a real lemon peel and aged on tea leaves with natural flavors. I looked at the alcohol content on Beer Advocate. It only comes in at 4.2, so this is a very low alcohol content. I'd say your normal light lager would run in between 4.5 and 5. But your light lager, again, I've never had this one. I have had Bud Light, but I've never had the lemon tea. And before opening it, I really don't want to assume anything, but I assume it's going to be a light straw color. I don't know if the tea leaves, if it's brewed with actual tea leaves like it says it is, if it's going to impart color. It might not. But, really there's not much to say other than let's open it. It's very cold. Let's get it cracked open, pour it for you, and I'll give you the taste. That's odd. I'm not getting much. These beers, these light lagers they're very highly carbonated. They're meant to be drank cold. And this is ice cold. I've had it for a couple days. And like you can tell, you can almost smell a tea, honestly. It kind of smells like I'm not crazy on tea, but I can differentiate to a point. It kind of smells like an English tea leaf because it's not real crazy. You kind of get that, just a kind of smells like sweet tea with lemon in it. You don't get any beer aroma to it, really whatsoever. It's got a nice light straw color. Again, like I said, this is very highly carbonated and is ice cold. So, really with the appearance, there's really not much else to it. This is your standard light lager, and they decided to brew it with lemon peels and tea leaves. So, here we go. Cheers. Wow. That is not what I was expecting. Normally you expect a very light, crisp, thirst-quenching, standard light American lager. That's why people buy beers like this. Now, granted, this is flavored, and it says refreshment with a twist. First taste does not taste like beer at all. Zero. If your wife or girlfriend, or maybe even some guy that doesn't like beer, wants to try a beer and likes different flavors but hates beer taste, then this would be it. This is your standard light American lager. It's got your very light bodied, very highly carbonated. Doesn't have really much to it other than, I'm not detecting any malt sweetness. I'm not detecting any hop aroma or flavor for that matter. This is a punch of tea. This honestly tastes more like tea than it does beer. And then in the finish of the beer, just when you swallow, you get a nice, it's a nice refreshing lemon twist to it. It's not overwhelming. It's not like you're sucking on lemon. It's not sour. It's not tart. It's just a very, actually quite pleasing lemon aftertaste to it. But this absolutely smells of lemon tea. I can't even differentiate, or I should say, I can't even distinguish that this is Bud Light. And I like to pride myself that I know quite a bit about beer. I'm no expert by any means, which I'm trying to be. In a few years down the road, I'd like to be able to call myself a cicerone. But I don't think anybody would know that this is Bud Light, because this does not at all taste like Bud Light. I'll be honest with you. I don't like light beer personally. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these styles. This is the standard American style for beer now. I mean, most people that drink beer want to drink a light lager, and there's nothing wrong with that, because they're light, they're crisp, they're highly carbonated, they're thirst quenching, they're cold, and it's just something to drink after a hard days of work. But this is just absolutely just mind blowing, because I'm not saying this is my preference. I wouldn't call this a great beer by any means, but it's not horrible. I'm not trying to talk bad about it. It's not what I'd go for. It honestly tastes like fresh brewed tea with lemon. The lemon kind of tastes kind of aged, in my opinion. Again, like I've said before many times, taste is subjective, so I'm not telling you that you're a bad person or you're wrong if you like something like this, because you most certainly aren't. But in my opinion, if I were to say, to my friend or something that wanted to know about this beer, you'd get a heavy tea presence to this beer. It is a punch in the mouth of tea. You get zero, and I mean zero, beer flavor. There's nothing about this that tells me it's a beer, other than you can get a very, very mild, and I mean very mild, alcohol kind of astringency to it. It's very subtle. And then the lemon kind of tastes like, you go to a restaurant and there's lemon sitting out by the soda fountains, and it's in a little square container, and you can just pick it up with your tongs and add it to your soda if you want to, or your water. And I feel like they've kind of been sitting there for a day or so. It kind of tastes like that, lemon-wise. It's noticeably lemon, but it's not anything overpowering. It doesn't have a fresh, acidic pop. Like I said, it's not tart. I wouldn't even say it's pleasant, in my opinion. It's there, but it's kind of tastes kind of like a withered lemon, maybe, if you would call it that. But I got this for about $2. Actually, I think I got it for $3, but still, that's extremely cheap. A tall boy, and this is a real tall boy. But really, yeah. If you like Bud Light, and especially the girls, the women out there, if you like Bud Light but don't like beer, or don't like beer flavor, I should say, drink this, because you'd probably like it. I've had their Bud Light Lime is decent. I could drink a Bud Light Lime. Their Bud Light Orange is not my favorite. I've only had it once, so I can't really tell you how good Bud Light Orange is. But this has got no beer to it at all. There's no beer quality to this whatsoever. At least in Bud Light, I can pick up a distinct cereal grains, kind of a sweet, kind of like a corn syrupy mouthfeel to it. I like to believe it's a distinctive corn syrup sweetness, and then you get a maybe some hop bitterness, very, very subtle, but and they're very drinkable. They're highly carbonated, they're thirst quenching. If you're out cutting the lawn one day on a weekend and it's 95 degrees, why not go for a Bud Light? There's nothing wrong with that, or a Miller Lite, or whatever. But these are very low in calories, so that's a benefit. But there's really, I normally like to go on these long, explained, I guess you could call them rants about beer and the complexities, but this just doesn't. It's very straightforward. It's nothing too crazy. It's from the aroma, tea and lemon. That's straight up it. Sometimes it's hard in the beer community to actually taste as advertised, but this is lemonade tea, or lemon tea, sorry. This is lemon tea. That's basically what this is, alcoholic lemon tea. So if that's what you want and that's what you're going for, by all means, pick this beer up. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this has got a completely nationwide distribution. I found it at a Woodman's grocery store in Brookfield, Wisconsin. I'm sure it's everywhere. I've not seen it in 6-packs yet. I'm not saying it's not available. Might be available in 40-ounce bombers. I'm not entirely sure. But this was $3. And this is a very large can. So if you want to try it, go out and find it. This is been Anheuser-Busch's trademarked Bud Light Lemon Tea. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this review.